Right, UFC 298 in a nutshell. Henry versus Merab. Really great fight in the first round. It got less competitive as the fight went on. I think age has just caught up and it's just too much of a factor for Henry. He started great, but he faded quick. And against the robot Merab, you just can't get away with that. Respect to Merab though, he's definitely legit, and I can see him being in a lot of trouble for Sean O'Valiant. Right, let's talk Jeff Neal. Well, he had a go, I suppose. Can't help but feel like he left quite a lot on the table. Look, Ian Garry might be a rich kid pretending to be Conor McGregor, and his personality might be lower quality than a vegan sausage, but he does have some nasty moves. In the cage, his shitty personality translates into a spiteful aggression. Sadly, neither of them seemed to show up to put it all on the line, and Jeff Neal seemed intent on throwing away any chance of knocking Ian Garry out. The minute he'd get in the pocket, he'd give Ian a little cuddle and hold on for dear life, and doing absolutely nothing with it. It was as if he was well ahead on the scorecard and he was just trying to burn out the clock, which clearly wasn't the case. Very strange. In Ian's post-fight speech, he confirmed again that he doesn't care about the haters and he is in fact living his best life. It's always a good sign when someone has to keep telling you that. This fight basically summed up by just failure to launch on both sides. Bit of a letdown. Right, on to Costa versus Whittaker. Now we're talking. Absolute fucking war. Beautiful. Really fun first round. Both looked incredible. They definitely both showed up. That kick at the end of the first round, oh my lord. It seemed to unlock a new mythical creature. Chicken Dance Whittaker. If there was ever a clearer example of being saved by the bell, I can't remember it. And the second round, it was clear that Rob showed up to show that last time against Strickus wasn't him. He was giving it everything. His nasty signature blitz attacks, but they seemed to have a little extra spice on them. But it seemed to me that Paolo was always there to put the button on things and seemed to do a little bit more damage. They both slowed down in the third, but I mean, it was still electric. Real fun fight to watch. Now, I'm sorry, I know people aren't going to agree with me, but I felt like Paolo might have won that. Rob was ahead on the numbers, but Paolo did more damage, and isn't that what we're hearing wins fights these days? Close fight though, so you can't get too mad either way, even if I'm wrong, and I've only watched it once. But 30-27 to Rob from one of the judges was just rude. We all love Rob though, so crack on, it's all good. I'm sure you'll all agree with me, that was probably the best fight on the card quite easily. I couldn't believe it when I found out that Dern got fight of the night. What the fuck? I mean, it was okay, I guess. Very weird. Volk versus Ilya, very tense first round. Ironically, Volk was being the matador to Ilya's bull. I thought I was so clever thinking of that. And then Bisping says it on the mic straight after. Fuck it, I'll leave it. Volk was doing a lot of the work, staying out of the way of Ilya, extremely respectful of his power. But then Volk started to get comfortable, started to up the attacks, and Ilya started to look like he might have been in a little bit of trouble. But then, boom, all over. It was a short, sharp shot in the middle of a flurry. It didn't even really look like much at first. But then there was that one replay angle where you could see it perfectly, and it was in fact a fucking beautiful shot. Look, was Volk's chin weaker after the Islam head kick? Did he not leave it long enough to recover before getting back in there? To be honest, it doesn't really matter now. Ilya went in there and he got Volk's respect straight off the bat. Ilya took his moment and landed a great shot. So congrats to him. Oh, and it turns out that stats are a thing. There's that too. Volk was all class after, like you would expect, and gave all the credit to Ilya, and he wants the rematch. I've got a weird feeling that he's not going to get it. I don't know why. Either way, Ilya's a savage. Him and Max next, I'd guess. All in all, I thought it was a solid card of fights. Didn't disappoint. UFC 299 next, looking even more insane. Let's go. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a sub, check out this playlist of recent bangers, and I'll see you next time.